Today we're going to be looking at how to decorate this Amalfi style cape here. It's so summery, so Mediterranean, it's absolutely beautiful. And I think what really gives it that Mediterranean feel is the use of this pattern mould that I've used here on the blue, and that is made using the Flemish mould here. So I'm going to be showing you how you can use your fondant in the moulds. So not just this mould, but the moulds that I've used here also for the flowers and the leaves, and also this rope here. How to use the fondant in the moulds, how to stop your fondant from sticking, and how to attach all your decorations to the cake. So we're starting off with our Flemish mould here, and I'm going to show you how to use the fondant in this mould to make sure that you pick up the detail in the mould at its best. So I'm going to be using some blue fondant with this mould. I'm just going to lightly roll this fondant out. Just need a bit of corn flour because it's a little bit sticky actually, because I've added quite a lot of colour to this and I didn't let it sit overnight, so it's just been freshly coloured, which makes it a little bit awkward to work with. So roll out your fondant into the approximate size that you need it, and taking your corn flour, just dust that into your mould. If you haven't got a little corn flour bag, just use a paintbrush, it will work the same. And the excess corn flour out of there. And then take your piece of fondant, put it on top. Now you can just take your rolling pin and roll over your fondant to pick up the pattern, but actually sometimes that does distort the pattern. You don't always pick up all the detail nicely. So the best way that I find is to use a fondant smoother and use that to press down on top of the fondant. So I'm just going to use a little bit of corn flour on top there just to stop this from sticking. And then just gently press that in. The fondant smoother allows you to get a nice even press all over the mould. I mean, you can just use your fingers like this, whichever way suits you best. And then turn your mould over to release your piece of fondant. And as you can see, that's worked so nicely there. And now taking your cutter, I'm going to make sure that one of these squares is at the top of this point and the other square is at the bottom of that point. Press your cutter down, give it a nice wiggle to try and get rid of any rough edges. Because our cake is white, if you've got any scraggly edges around the side of this shape, you're going to be able to see them very easily with the blue. So just make sure that's nice and tidy around the edge, which it is. And now I'm going to be cutting out some more of these because I'm going to be adding quite a few of these around the side of the cake. And once you've cut out however many you need of this shape, then just leave them to dry for 15 minutes or so. If you try to use them straight away, it might be a bit difficult if you try and pick them up and add them to the side of the cake. It's easier to smudge up the design that you've created here with mould, and it can also easily go out of shape. So if you just leave them to dry for 15, you want to pick them up, the easiest way is to just pop a palette knife underneath and then just pop them to the side to dry off whilst you cut out your next one. I'm now going to show you how I got the textured effect around the sides of the cake. So what I've done is I've rolled out a panel of fondant like this because I'm going to be covering the sides of the cake using the panelling method rather than draping a whole piece of fondant over the top of the cake and covering your cake. This way I'm going to be making a panel and then wrapping that around the side of the cake. So how you get a textured effect, and it's using an item that you'll have at home in your kitchen, and it's just a piece of foil. So crunch the piece of foil up into a ball and then just roll the ball, make it a bit of a gutter. There we go, you can see the lovely effect that that's left. And then I'm going to just get, this is actually a ruler for quilting. So this is what I use when I want to cut out straight edges on my fondant, it's quite handy. And get a pizza roller to trim off one end. And then if you measure the height of your cake, you can cut off the top edge to the correct height and then use that to wrap around your cakes. So now that I've let these panels here dry off for a little while, they're much easier to handle. They're not completely dry, so they can still be pliable to add to our cake. If you find that you had a little bit of cornstarch, corn flour stuck into the fondant here, just use a really soft paintbrush just to brush that away. And it just gets rid of the excess corn flour left over from when we've used it in the mould. Right, so take some of your edible glue and add that onto the back of your decoration. Try not to use huge amounts of glue because you will find it very messy and some sort of blue glue might start oozing out the sides, which won't leave a very nice finish on your cake. So just a smearing of the glue on the back of that there. Turn it over, handling it quite gently. Add it to the cake. And just with the lightest of touches, just gently press it on there. To stick it to the side of your cake. And then we're going to take the rest of the shapes and add those in the same manner evenly around the rest of the cake. So for the next step in decorating this cake, I'm going to show you how to create this white effect over your design. So what I've just used is I've used some of this colour powder dust from Rainbow Dust. This is just in a white. Other brands do it. It's just a white colour. It's not got any shimmer or anything in it. It's just a matte white. And if you mix it with some Rejuvenator Spirit, if you don't have anything like that, you can use something like a vodka. That would do the same. Don't mix it with water because that tends not to dry then, whereas something that's got high alcohol content will dry off a lot quicker. So if you just mix that up, your powder with your Rejuvenator Spirit, into quite a thick paste, and I'm going to use like a flat-ended paintbrush, and I'm just going to use that to stipple on the white edible paint that we've made, just to highlight that raised design. I'm not going to put it on every single piece, just add it in areas just for a nice effect. So just do that as you sort of see fit, really. Go over it in some areas heavier than others. I think that looks quite effective. And then you just carry on around the cake and continue doing each panel in the same way. So for the next step in decorating the cake, we're going to be using the Little Flowers mould here and the Rose Leaves mould, and we're going to be making a selection of flowers and leaves that we're going to add to the cake. So let's start off with the Little Flowers mould, and in this mould you can use more than one colour. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First off, dust your mould with some corn flour as usual, and I'm going to take a small piece of the white fondant, add it into the centre of one of the flowers here, and it's handy if you have something like this little Dresden tool here, because then you can use that to push the fondant into the space. It's much easier than using your fingers because sometimes the fondant can get stuck to your fingers. So next I'm going to take a small piece of the yellow, try to sort of guesstimate the rough and right amount to use. that looks like the perfect amount that I've used there. But not to worry, if you haven't used enough, you can always just pop a little bit more on top there just to fill the mould right up. So push your fondant down into your moulds to make sure that you're picking up all the details in the mould, and then just give your mould a little flex, turn it over, and your flower will pop right out like that. And you can go round making the rest of the selection of the flowers in the same way, putting a little bit of white into the centre, taking the yellow, adding that on top to flex your mould again and pop the flower out. And you can see that these are just so quick and easy to make, and they're just so pretty, and they're really going to add a really lovely touch to the cake that we're making. And what I do is I make a lot of the flowers at once, like as you can see. And then when you've made a lot, as many as you think you need, then you can begin to add them to your cake. And also, because you've let them dry off a little bit, because some are sitting there for a while drying off while you're still making the rest, that makes them a lot easier to handle when you go to add them to your cake. So there you can see we've made 4 flowers there, super quick, super easy. And let's just show you how to make some of the leaves that we're going to be adding around them. So the same way, get your corn flour in your mould to stop your fondant from sticking. I'm going to be using a selection of the smaller leaves for this. These ones are too big for these little flowers, but these ones down here at the bottom are just the perfect size. So same way, just press it into the mould and you flex your mould and pop out the leaf. These are actually even quicker to make than the flowers. So it's quite nice just to sit here for half an hour or so making lots of leaves and flowers. I find it quite relaxing, really. There, and then when you've made a selection, then it's time to add them to your cake. So let's show you how to do that. So let's add our leaves and flowers to the cake. Just use a little bit of glue on the back of each element and then press your decoration gently onto the cake like so. Try not to use too much glue. You want to use enough glue that it sticks, but not so much that it's sliding and slipping all down the side of the cake. Let's put that one there. Sometimes you have to hold the decoration on just for a couple of seconds just to make sure that it's stuck to the side. Just use a really light touch. You don't need to press hard. You don't want to press hard also because you'll distort your decoration if you press too hard. So be very gentle with it. Just make a little floral design. You don't have to copy this exactly. You can make up your own, decide what you think looks best. And then do the same on each panel all around the side of the cake. Some more floral bits to the top of this bit here and then the bottom here, because I think that looks really good like that. So I'm just going to repeat that design there. pretty, so Mediterranean, summery, bringing all the summer vibes. Absolutely beautiful. So continue with that design around these bits. Here I've got the ropes and knots silicone mould, and I'm going to use this to make a little border for the bottom of the cake and the top of the cake, and I think it's just going to provide the perfect finishing touch. So if you take your fondant and roll it into a thin sausage shape, I'm going to be using the smallest of the ropes for this because I think it just requires a nice delicate edge, nothing too clumpy. So put some corn flour into your mould as usual. And then just feed this piece of fondant into the mould using your index fingers. And the aim is to get all of the fondant into the actual mould. You don't want any fondant hanging over the edge of the mould because otherwise it won't make a nice clean edge. So make sure you get all the fondant in there. This is really quick to use, I find, and it's just a really effective finish. I always like to give the bottom of my cakes a little border. I suppose years ago you would use a piece of ribbon, but now the Katy Sue make all these beautiful border moulds, so you don't need to use ribbon. You can make an edible border. So once you're happy that you've got all of the fondant pressed down into the mould and that the edges are nice and clean, then just cut off the end, cut off the excess, and you can flex your mould like this. And actually this rope's just going to pop straight out. And then I'm going to make a few more of those, and I'm going to add that around the bottom and the top of the cake. To add the rope border mould, I'm just going to add a thin line of edible glue around the bottom of the cake so that it can stick. You need a small amount of glue. Take your piece of rope and then stick that on. Just join the other bits onto it. Do the same around the top of the cake. Use the white paint again to add that to this rope so that it ties in with these panels as well. I think that'll be just the perfect finishing touch. So if you go around the rope mould with this, then our cake is done.